10 minutes later, we opened the windows, gave the residents different activities, and you can see by their faces the room is light, they're engaged in activities, they look much happier. They don't look so bored, and I think it gives them much more meaning to their day. You can see the resident is paying close attention to what activities they're taking care of. See a resident doing a baking group, and the staff are assisting them. These are things that they're used to doing. They're familiar with that. They may need some assistance, but they're familiar with it, and it really gives them a self-worth, and because they can be successful at the activity that they're engaging in. Allow them to do as many things for themselves as possible. As you can see, the lady is filling her measuring cup, and she's independent in being able to do that, even though she has dementia. So allow the residents to be an adult, a human being, and to have success. Residents have different levels of abilities. They may ambulate or be in a wheelchair. They may wander or sit stationary. We need to compensate for individual needs, knowing your resident is your best resource. Perhaps the floor is shiny and residents believe there is water on the floor. That's a good reason not to have high sheen floors. Long hallways give the appearance that things are very far away. It's better to break up the hallway and incorporate things that are familiar, such as a clothesline with clothes hanging on it, or pictures that have a substance, a person fishing or a fishing rod. Many dementia residents have the need to rummage, thus going into other people's rooms and invading individual spaces. They do not understand personal belongings. Everything becomes theirs. Having items for them to carry and go through helps to decrease that need. Having items such as a basket, a purse, a toolbox, with items that are safe for the resident will deter that behavior. Try to make the environment pleasant to their eye. Think about what is normal in an abnormal environment. Let them do household chores. As Cindy has already said, washing off tables, sweeping, helping with dishes, folding simple laundry projects such as clothing protectors. These things we see as work are familiar and will give them a security because they can accomplish the tasks with success. Try not to bring the resident to the same spot every day. Think about what it'd be like for you if you had to see the same face, the same wall, the same space every day. Let it be familiar but not routine. Even offer changes throughout the day. Let the dining area be different from the recreational area, even if it's doing simple things like moving tables. They may not remember your name, but they will become accustomed to your face. Don't fight with a resident. Work with where they are at the moment. Walk away for a moment. Come back with a different approach, or ask another resident to try if they continue to be upset with you. This can make a difference in their day and yours.
Main concerns in physical environment. We're going to talk about safety. Safety for our residents is very important. Some of the simple things that we just might not always look at are things that we should really take in consideration. Perhaps we have a housekeeper who is vacuuming the floor and the cord to the vacuum cleaner is across the hallway. This is an easy way for a resident to have a fall. So we need to make sure that electrical cords are in place. If you're using any stairways, make sure that your stairways are free of clutter, that there's a handrail that the resident can use. Many of our homes have secured areas with alarm doors. These alarm doors are to secure the resident in their place and to make sure that they are safe. When they go out of that door, the alarm may go off. Talking about non-skid surfaces. Perhaps we may put a rug down in a resident's room so that it looks more home-like. Although with that rug being there, the resident may trip on it. If they're walking with a walker, their walker could get caught on it. So we really want to stay away from those items. Some residents wear ID bracelets. It would be a bracelet on the resident's hand. And if they're leaving an entrance area, an alarm might go off and it would activate a noise through the home so that we knew that that resident was leaving unattended. Some residents, they have their photographs taken so that we have pictures of those residents that wander. Making sure that the rooms are well lit, especially during cares and when the resident is doing their daily cares or if they're mobile around their bedroom. But also to be sensitive of how well they like their room lit. Perhaps they like watching TV in the dark. Unsafe items, making sure that we keep them in storage. For an example, a bottle of fingernail polish that a resident enjoys having their fingernails a manicure done, but we wouldn't want to keep that fingernail polish within the resident's reach for fear that they might drink it or something of that nature. So we want to make sure that everything is safe in its place. I'm going to talk about ways to reduce environmental stress. When a resident comes into a nursing home, it's very crucial that their home, their room, is home-like. Perhaps you'd like to have the family bring in their favorite recliner or rocking chair. We might want some pictures on the wall so that the resident, while they're in their room, they would know it's their room from the pictures. We could even have a sign outside the door saying Betsy's room, or a bow on the door so that they could always say that I live in the room with the red bow. We'd like to decrease noise level. Noise level is very important. When we're talking to the residents, we need to make sure that we are aware of their hearing. We don't want to be yelling at someone because we think they're hard of hearing and they're feeling that they're being yelled at, nor do we want to be yelling down the hallway that we need some type of device in room 101 at the end. Control the lighting as we talked about before. We want to make sure that the lighting is suitable for our residents. Carpeting. We have many carpet patterns right now that have borders on them. When you're walking with a resident and they come to that